this video is going to be about writing linear equations. This you can consider part 1, where we're going to be focusing on equations that are in the form of y equals mx plus b, where m is going to represent your slope and b is going to represent your y-intercept. I have this formula on here that m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, which if you recall is your slope formula. We'll actually be using that in the next video lesson whenever we do not have our slope and our y-intercept. So again, if you were given a slope and y-intercept of a line, you can find the equation of the line by substituting the values of m and b into the slope-intercept form. The first example we are going to look at is a graph. So in this graph, we have 2 points that are marked. If your points are not marked, you may need to go onto your paper and actually mark those points. They ask us to write an equation in slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. In order to do this, I need to identify the b, which is the y-intercept of the line that is graphed, and I need to identify the m, which is the slope of the line that is graphed. B, being the y-intercept, is wherever your line crosses the y-axis. We cross the y-axis there, which means that your y-intercept is 2. Your slope is your rise over run. So if I start at this point 0, 2 and count how much it takes me to get to the point at 3, 1, that will give me my solution there. So I am going down 1 and over to the right 1, 2, 3. So that would be the fraction -1 over 3. Which means an equation in slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b, for this equation is y equals -1/3 x plus 2. And that's all there is to it. Now, sometimes they won't give you an equation, they won't give you a graph. They will just give you information about what you have. Write the equation of the line with a slope of 7 and a y-intercept of -3. From this information, you need to figure out what letters go with the numbers that are given. Again, y equals mx plus b is going to be my goal. A slope of 7 is my m. Because m represents slope, it says the slope is 7. The y-intercept is -3, that is my b. So -3 is going to replace b in the equation. So I'm going to rewrite this, replacing the m with the 7 and the b with the -3. We have y equals 7x minus 3. And again, pretty easy. That's all there is to it. The next one, this is 1c. Write an equation of the line with a slope of -2 that passes through the point 0, 4. Again, we are going to be using y equals mx plus b. Notice it's a theme with this section. Slope of -2, the letter m represents slope. Now we have this point over here, 0, 4. And you have to be careful because most of the time when they give you a point, that point is just going to be a regular point on the line. There's not going to be anything special about it. But this point is special. And that's because of the 0 in the x position. When the x value of a point is 0, the y is your b. That means that this 4 is my letter b, because all y-intercepts have an x value of 0. If we were to graph this, it would be on the y-axis, which is how we define a y-intercept. So with an m of -2 and a b of 4, my equation is y equals -2x plus 4. So this was an overview of how to write an equation in slope-intercept form from a graph, from information given, and from information given where you have to recognize the point is a y-intercept. In the next video, I'll be going through what to do when this point that they give you is not a y-intercept.